Joining me this morning on 1045theteam.com is former Siena Saints standout Anthony Giansanti, playing currently with the Tennessee Smokies, the AA affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. Anthony, thanks for being with us today.
Good morning, Brady. No problem.
Anthony, I've talked to a few minor leaguers this year, and I got to admit, the baseball side of me always wants to ask questions baseball-related. What's life like in the minor leagues? What's the biggest adjustment college to pro ball? We'll get to all that later, but I had to flip the script a little bit here when talking to you because Siena gets to the NCAA tournament just weeks ago. They win their first ever tournament game down in the TCU regional. Were you able to follow the Saints at all?
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't have been more proud of those guys. Being an alumni and seeing those guys get some exposure on ESPN and make some noise in the tournament, not just make the tournament, but win a game and take TCU, to the last inning and Sam Houston State tough. It was really cool to see those guys put Siena on the map.
Siena gets their first NCAA tournament win, as you alluded to. Coach Rossi's been there 45 years. We had him in studio prior to going to the regional. Have you talked to him and congratulated him since then?
Yeah, I sent him a few text messages. I know things were kind of unwinding when I had texted him. They had just gotten home, and I just texted him congratulations and told him it's about time. He's earned it, and I can't say enough about Coach Rossi and the way he coaches his team and the things he does for his players. It was really good to see them have so much success like that.
What is it about Coach Rossi that makes him so good to play for? Because Dan Paolini said the exact same thing, used words, I believe, of father figure, mentor, things like that. You're speaking very highly of him. He's been in the area forever. I've never heard a bad thing about him. What is it about Coach Rossi that makes him so good to play for?
He's just so professional in everything he does. He's been around the game so long. He understands the game. He understands life, and he relays that to his players, and just making it very easy to talk to him about anything and being there for you, whether it be if you have problems on or off the field, in the classroom. He's just there to help you succeed in whichever route you decide to take in life. It's truly remarkable, and everyone who's been able to have him as a coach or a friend or a mentor, as a lot of us did, are very lucky.
Now take me back a little bit to when you were coming out of high school. How did you end up at Siena? You're from Connecticut, so not too far away from here. So that's certainly within Siena's kind of usual recruiting network. But how did you end up at Siena, and what did your time in the Capital Region mean to you overall?
We had a couple guys from my area kind of suggest Siena, and Coach Rossi had came and recruited me himself. He made me just feel very comfortable. He had a lot of good things to say, and Siena being a really good academic program, a good baseball program, and a lot of guys just like me when they had gotten out of college had all the best things to say about Coach Rossi in the Capital Region and Siena, and kind of made it an easy decision on me. It was a great place. I'm truly blessed to say that I was able to go there. I absolutely made the right decision. The Capital Region was incredible. I ended up living there for about a year after college for my first off season, and it's one of the biggest chapters in my life. One of the biggest things that shaped me as a man was Coach Rossi, the Capital Region, and going to Siena. It was absolutely a great decision, and looking back on it now, I'm really, really happy about it.
Anthony Giansanti, former Siena Saints star, AA affiliate with the Chicago Cubs right now, playing for the Tennessee Smokies. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit and get into the kind of that nitty-gritty baseball side of thing. What is the biggest adjustment going from college to pro ball? I've heard a lot of different things. Guys say pitch selection, pitch recognition, plate discipline. Teams want you to hit for more power, spray the ball to all fields. What's the thing that you've had to adjust in your game the most since going to pro ball?
Honestly, it's the grind, really. Having to come every single day to the ballpark for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, some long bus rides right into games. It's just ruthless. It really, really takes a toll on you both physically and mentally. And if you're not prepared and not in the right frame of mind, if you don't have the correct preparation, it'll beat you into the ground. And I think that was the biggest adjustment for me, is having a plan and being prepared every single day, mentally and physically, and kind of not trying to control the uncontrollable, if that makes sense. Just controlling what you control and going out there and playing the game like you've prepared to every single day, and not going astray from that, trying to do too much or anything like that, I think is the biggest adjustment for me.
Yeah, people don't realize every kid, every high school player, and even most college players, whether you're Division 1, 2, 3, or junior college, they'll all tell you their goal is to play professional baseball, but they don't realize just how hard it is, and that kind of reverse funnel effect really in place at pro ball. There's not many guys that can handle it.
That's right, and it's a long road, and like I said, it's just as big of a toll on you mentally as it is physically. And a lot of guys kind of get caught up in the noise, as we kind of call it, the stuff that you really can't control. And it's long hours. It's it's all these different cities, good and bad, and it has its moments. And I can't really knock it too hard. It's something I've always wanted to do, but it's not all Sundays and cherries on top in this world. It's something you really have to work hard at and take pride in your work and your craft. And if you do that, hopefully everything else takes care of itself.
Something I've always wanted to ask a minor league player is the following. For the fans perspective, minor league atmosphere is very, very fun and very laid back, relaxed. A lot of times if you go to a minor league game, a lot of people couldn't end up telling you even what the final score was. They'll just tell you what the experience was like. But the players are there for a specific job and they have a specific goal in mind. Is that environment, is it fun for the players? Is it distracting? Is it a little bit of both? What's that like?
We understand we don't generate hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue for these minor league teams and cities. So we know they kind of have to do what they have to do to keep the fans entertained, to try and keep drawing fans to the games. So, like I said, as long as you stay focused on your preparation and focused on what you have to do, that specific pitch, at bat, or inning, you'll be fine. I mean, we watch the promotions, and we get a kick out of them, but like I said, it takes a special type of person to be able to lock back in. With all the distractions, like I called noise earlier, with it being, paying attention to who's ahead of you, or trying to figure out what the organization's doing, or what direction they're going, or what the pitcher's going to do specifically to you that at bat. You just have to trust your preparation, stay within yourself, and trust the work you've put in is going to work out, no matter what the distraction is.
You were rated the best outfield arm in the Cubs system back in 2011. You're performing well at AA this year. We're up in AAA towards the end of the year last year. Have you kind of just alluded to it? I know it's difficult to get a grasp on what the Cubs are doing, but have they talked to you at all? Do you know what their long-term plans are?
I don't. That's one of the other tough things about being a minor leaguer. You just kind of left in the shadow of the big league club, and you just hope that their long-term plan has to do with you and the big league system. Now I'm a utility player for these guys. I've been playing all over the place for the last couple of years, just doing whatever I can to get into the lineup and hopefully catch that break to get called up. That's another tough deal that you have to encounter in minor league baseball, is that you really never know what they're thinking. They'll tell you they like the way you play, you're fun to watch and this and that, but like I said, you just got to keep your eye on the prize, stay focused, and prepare yourself every day, and control what you can control.
Anthony, we'll get you out of here on this question. MLB Draft happened just last week. You were drafted in 2009, 49th round by the Oakland A's, ended up not signing. But what's that process like going into the draft, and kind of what's it like when you finally do get that call? Look, you were drafted in a late round, but I'm sure the relief and the elation is still the same.
It was honestly surreal. I'll never forget that day as long as I live. You just get a nice flashback of, from the day you started playing baseball, the transition you made from Little League to Babe Ruth League to high school to college, and just all the hours and hard work you put in, and all the people that influenced you throughout the way, along the way. You get to make that phone call to your parents, who have been with you every step of the way and are very proud of you, and your friends who are, looking after you. It's honestly, it was a dream come true, and like I said, a day I'll never forget, and wish that upon every baseball player that's ever going to play, to get that feeling. It's something you'll never forget.
Anthony Giansanti again with us this morning on 1045theteam.com. Former Siena Saints standout, currently in AA for the Chicago Cubs. Anthony, thanks for being with us, and best of luck, and hopefully you're getting that promotion soon.
Thank you. No problem. I appreciate you having me on the show.